No. It's very kind of you to offer those. They're charitable. Do you read the Bible?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, in that case, here's $1 for you.
Thank you, sir.
Do you read it every day?
Well, I have to admit, I don't, sir.
Then I'll take the $1 back.
Track 14, 20th century, all aboard.
This looks very comfortable.
And may I have your name, sir?
My name, what for?
Well, it's customary, sir, in case you get any telegrams.
Well, I'm glad you asked that because, generally I find it's not something that generally
Dr. Grover C. Lockwood.
Yes, and wife, Mrs. Dr. Lockwood. I mean, Mrs. Lockwood, I'm the doctor, she's the wife. We're married.
Thank you.
That was very smooth, Grover. Now no one will suspect a thing.
Oh, are you crazy? Giving out my real name?
I had to say something. You just stood there.
Oh, but what wife knew about this?
Grover, why don't you talk about your wife a little more? Or better yet, you could pull out a picture and have yourself a good cry.
You've got enough nerve, you fat Corsican.
I only asked to see your ticket, sir.
I told you to put the bags in your room before I got here.
There's something in there already.
Then throw them out. They don't belong there, trust me.
Maybe there's been a mistake or something. I'll go see.
I'll go with you.
Track 14, all aboard!
Yes, who is it?
Porter.
Certainly, come in.
Begging your pardon, sir, but may I see your tickets, please?
What is it, Grover, darling?
Porter?
The gentleman here says this room is his.
It is not. What is it, huh? Then tell me something. Do you lift weights, huh? Do you got any muscle around them bones?
Not really.
Then step outside and we'll settle this like real men.
Grover, he's drunk. I can smell it from here.
Oh, that's a lie. Not a drop has touched these lips in over 10 minutes.
I'll go call the conductor.
Oh, fine. Call the conductor. Call the whole damn orchestra. And that will let us 12 years later.
Oh, there he is now. All right, I'll take him. What seems to be the trouble, young man?
Oh, young man. You called me a young man. Well, I'll have to give you a kick for that.
Hey, get away from me! Oh, no! Listen, you! Hey!
You listen, General. There's a pair of our turtle dozen drawing room, eh? And I've got to shoot him out before Mr. Jaffe gets here.
Do you mean Oscar Jaffe, the theatrical man?
Oh, the earth-shaking himself. I am his press agent. And let's have some action.
May I see your ticket?
And how many times do I have to go over this? I ain't got a ticket.
Then I'm afraid you're out of luck. Mr. Jaffe, or no Mr. Jaffe.
Listen, you keep this up and I'll eat damn buttons off your coat.
Owen, is everything all fixed?
No, diplomacy ain't working. This like Jaffe's general manager and fixer-upper. I ain't gonna fix him up.
What's the problem, Owen?
Oscar wants room A, but there's somebody in there already, and he won't throw him out.
Why room A?
I have no idea, but Oscar says it's life and death.
I see, right. Conductor, take telegram, please.
Tell her.
To Mr. A.L. Johnson, Vice President, New York Central Line. My dear Albert, am having trouble getting proper service on the Century in charge of conductor, what was your name?
Listen, Miss
Speak
Webb.
up, I can't hear you.
There's no use in worrying anybody about this. I'm perfectly willing to give Mr. Jaffe every consideration. I've carried Mr. Jaffe before. But you're going to have to make your own arrangements with the people in A.
Happy to, conductor. So, who's in A?
A Dr. and Mrs. Lockwood.
Oh, Dr. and Mrs. Hale. It's Romeo and Juliet. Got a blood test.
Come on, Owen, let's go.
What now?
Open the door.
My God!
Oh, don't get rattled. You give away everything. Now, what is with
Are you Dr. Lockwood?
Yes.
And is this lady here, Mrs. Lockwood? Conductor, I'm beginning to feel persecuted. I'll be right back.
Oh, where are you going?
Well, to make much trouble now, do we, Owen?
Ooh, not me. I hate conflict.
Listen, Doctor. I have 2 tickets here for an upper and a lower. 2 cars ahead. The difference in price is, $15. We'll call it 20. Here you go.
What?
Well, I strongly advise you to take them, as there will be no further questions.
Grover, are you going to stand for this?
Oh, it'll be all right, dear. Come along.
But Grover!
Don't argue with me, or get the bags.
Yes, sir.
Oh, bye, honey. Okay, we got the room. Now all we need is Oscar.
I'd like to know what he would ever do without us.
Okay, he fixed the train. Now why don't you fix one of his plays?
Joan of Arc? That was his biggest turkey yet.
I didn't know whether to watch it or stuff it and serve it with cranberries.
You know, we haven't had a hit since Lily left us. That's 3 flops in a row. I told him Joan of Arc wouldn't run for a week. I told him right to his face I did. No one wants to see some dame running around in an iron petticoat. Hey, you said you weren't going to drink on this train.
Why conquered me willpower?
Come
Excuse me.
You again?
Oh, wait, the porter said, is it true you're with Oscar Jaffe, the big producer?
in. That's right.
Well, I've written a play.
Boy, babe.
Would you give it to him when he arrives? I'd sure appreciate it.
I really don't think Mr. Jaffe would be interested right now.
Oh, he'll be interested in this one. It's unique. It's about Joan of Arc. Well, now, listen, you've got to admit you owe me a favor, right? I tell you what, I'll come back later. Then he can decide, huh? That's all
Fine.
right. That's okay.
Come back.
Oh, thanks. Oh, fellow thespians, thanks.
Repent, the time is at hand. Take my hand, take my hand, take me to the promised land. Blessed Jesus, oh blessed Jesus, take my hand, take my hand, take me to the promised land.
Last call! All aboard! Last call!
Conductor, wait, stop! Just a minute,
What's the matter?
You can't start the train yet. Mr. Jaffe's not on board.
This train waits for no man, not while I'm alive.
Ooh, that sounds like a solution to me.
Owen, do something.
Oh, where's the emergency rope? You can't touch that.
Hey, stop that right now! Porter, stop him! Hey!
Get me a porter. I want a porter this instant. Oh my God! The shaker's on board.
Sorry for the trouble, Conductor. Porter, may you come with me?
Hello, Maestro. Welcome to the Titanic.
Oscar, here's your porter.
How do you do, young man? It's a pleasure to be riding on your magnificent railroad. Now open this door.
Well, I'm afraid that is against the rules, sir.
All right, you got $5.
No.
Liar, just give it to him. I'll reimburse you later.
You can play me back the tickets for Joan of Arc.
Go ahead, Porter. It's all right. It's empty.
Yes, sir.
Wasn't it reserved?
Yes, sir, but maybe the party's getting out in Inglewood. A lot of them do.
Well, when do we arrive in Inglewood?
In 10 minutes.
Thank you, Porter. You may go. Owen, where are the flowers?
What flowers?
I distinctly told you to make drawing room A with gardenias. I sent word to the box office.
The box office. And what would I be doing around there? The 16 process servers lying in ambush for us? I can get arrested all by myself, thank you.
You have to stop drinking, Owen. You're no good to me this way. It's discouraging! Now, I don't wire Maurice LaFlores in Toledo and tell him I want all the gardenias he has sent to this car. I want a card with a message. Now, let me think. To the little lady of the snow. No, I used that one last time. From the grave of someone you loved yesterday. How's that?
Ooh, that's nice and cheerful.
It's perfect. Why can't I get a few playwrights to write that?
Well, you did. That's why we're out of money.
I'm going to me lunch. I'm famished.
Ooh, the diner's
Tell
pie.
them it's for me. Say that they set me at a very large table by myself.
Ooh, if you want courtesy, why don't you travel in a balloon?
alley drinking. Was it a woman?
Oh, yes. It was a woman. Joan of Arc.
You know what I was thinking on my way over to the train? I was thinking that out of all my 68 productions, the most beautiful was Joan of Arc. I cried like a baby at every performance.
So did I, but for a different reason.
That fire effect I did at the end was pure genius.
So was the vanishing act, where you made the audience disappear. That's good, because we lost $74,000 on that one.
Oh, magnificent value. I mean, if I'm a genius, it's because of my failures. Always remember that.
I'll be sure to put that on a sign. You can wear it around your neck and stand on street corners holding a cup. Feed me, I'm a genius. Oscar, listen. This trip from Chicago to New York takes 16 hours. We arrive at Grand Central tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The banks open at 10.
Don't bother me with money right now, do you mind?
Listen, Oscar, if we don't get some cash by tomorrow morning, they're taking the Jaffe Theater, and I'm not kidding.
They wouldn't dare.
They issued the writ on Friday.
And who do you think's behind that, huh? I'll tell you who. Max Jacobs, that's who.
Boss.
That so-called producer, that cheap little crook. I gave him life and he betrayed me. Don't you remember when I fired him, he said he'd have his revenge.
Oscar, it's not Max Jacobs. It's the banks. All of them. They got together last week.
They did, huh? Well, let me tell you something, Ida. Skies have never been bluer. Who do you think's getting on that train at Eagle? I'll give you a big hint. She's a good friend of ours. She has bright blonde hair and sparkling eyes. She's 5'6" with a splendid figure. And if she ever fell into a swamp with a starving crocodile, she'd turn him inside out, strangling him, making him into a purse with matching shoes. You bet she is.
She's coming back with us.
Right. Starring in my next production, back in the full where she was.
Oh my God, that's the best news I've heard in years.
You like it?
You know, when you two split up, I never opened my yap, but I just knew you were cutting your throat on that one.
So you thought it was through, huh? Well, let me tell you something. This is when I'm at my best, my girl. With my back against the wall, disaster staring in the face. Henry VIII, the Bride of Baghdad, Hyde Pickett. They had me down, but I'm like a prize fighter. Can he get up at the count of 9? He staggers for a minute. Can he recover? And then he swings with the fury of a wounded lion.
I'll tell you what, when the banks see her name on the contract, they're going to give us money. We could write our own ticket. She's the biggest draw in the country.
Right. And now we have compartments right next to each other. That's why I need to draw a room man.
That was it.
Now here's the plan. You're going to bump into her accidentally and tell her I have in hand the most unbelievable new play with a part that fits her like a glove. Half devil, half woman. The greatest character to ever be put on stage.
Wow, what's the play?
I have no idea. No. Remind me to find out if Bertolt Brecht is available, or maybe that new chap, Noel Coward. We could add music. Find out if Ibsen's still alive.
Do you have Lily under contract or not?
Don't get technical on me right now.
It's the contract that makes all the difference.
Oh, she'll sign for me. I created her.
Is she happy to see you at least?
See me when I haven't seen her for years.
Oh my God.
Oh, look, stop
Oscar.
worrying. I'll get her signed up. And remember, I never close the iron door on her.
Oscar, just listen. They will not stop foreclosing on your assets until we have her name on the contract signed in black and white.
I understand that, which is why when you bump into her and tell her I'm on the train, she'll be ecstatic. But she'll try to hide it. And tell her the part in question's promised to Loretta Young. She hates her. It was Loretta she caught me in bed with. It broke her heart. I told her Shirley Temple was a love child.
You know what? She's going to be pretty snooty after that hit she made.
What?
The movies.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. She'll never be any good in the movies.
What are you talking about? She won the gold statue.
What gold statue?
The gold statue some academy gives away for best performance. They're calling her the next Marlena Dietrich.
That's impossible. She'll never be any good in the movies. She's got a face like a soft-shell crab. It took me 4 years to make her vaguely human.
Listen, Oscar, as long as that Lily Garland thing isn't definite, I'd like to make a suggestion. A telegram in here for Max Jacobs.
Looking for a job, I suppose.
He wired me on his own accord.
I forbid you ever to mention that name, Max Jacobs, to me again, and that's fine. Besides, his real name is Mandelbaum. Max Mandelbaum. He started out selling herring on 34th Street until they arrested him for unclean practices. I fired him for stealing.
You fired him because of Carmen.
preacher.
He fell into the orchestra pit. They had to shoot him in front of the audience.
That was tragic.
Then you had him ground up into heaven.
I was trying to salvage our investment.
That's not the point. The point is, you and Max disagree.
The point is, what does Max Jacobs know about theater?
He knows enough to produce 3 hits in a row while you lay 1 egg after the other, and that's just the fact.
I've had enough of your treachery. Get out of my sight.
Just listen.
Don't get out!
to
You're
my-
fired! You're like Brutus in the marketplace, stabbing the only man who was ever good to you. Now go to man to bomb and sell herring together.
Oscar.
Out! Out, you traitor! I close the iron door on you!
It was awful. I hardly knew what was happening. I was sitting down reading a magazine, and then all of a sudden something hit me on the back of my head.
Did you see anyone go by?
No, but when I took off my hat, this sticker was on it. See? Repent for the time is at hand.
That's the one. There's hundreds of them all over the train.
I'm sure whoever's doing it means no harm.
Maybe. Or he could be a crackpot with a gun.
Oh, Lord, I certainly hope not.
Conductor, I just don't understand. First it was the drawing room, and now this. It isn't fair.
I can assure you, madam, it's just a coincidence. Unless that Jaffe and his crew has something to do with it. I will pass.
I bet she did it.
That wouldn't surprise me in the least. Well, my good woman, this time you've gone too far.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about, huh? Well then, what's that on your hat? Give me it!
What's going on
You're
here?
gonna go right through this train with soap and a pail of hot water and take every one of these stickers down.
Repent for the times at hand? You're nuttier than a fruitcake. What would I be doing with stickers? I've got enough trouble.
Conductor! Conductor! Someone just went through the dining car this minute and stuck them on all the windows.
Did you see him?
No, sir. Just the back of him. He's heading toward the caboose now.
Come on, he won't get away this time. Oh, sorry, kids. I guess you're not guilty. This time.
He closed the iron door.
Hey, boss, where's Ida? Miss Webb's no longer with us. There are only 2 musketeers left now, but we must fight all that harder. Like Damon and Pythias, Robin Hood and Little John, Sherlock Holmes and a slightly drunken Dr. Watson. Now, sit down while you take out your pack. I want you to wire all the dramatic editors in New York and tell them I've closed Joan of Arc as a gesture.
A gesture of
Of
what?
defiance! Because the play was unworthy of me.
Who shows what I know? I thought it was because the play stank.
No, so, Owen! There are beautiful moments in that play.
Oh, I'm sure you're right. I saw it at a disadvantage. His seat was facing the stage.
That's Ida coming to beg for my forgiveness. Send her away.
Mr. Jaffe,
Yes.
how do you do? I'm Dr. Lockwood.
Oh, did you send for a doctor?
Oh, no, I'm here in a private capacity. You see, I've written a play especially for you. It's called Joan of Arc.
Oh my God! I can't get away from it!
See, by day, I may be a doctor, but alone at night, alone in my bedroom, using nothing but a pencil, I explore my inner reaches.
Look, I don't even want to think about that!
Oh, will you read it? You must. It's magnificent. I've taken a whole new approach to the subject.
Yes.
I've given Joan a friend, a strong, dedicated man she can rely on, the kind of man every girl dreams of.
Yes,
a
yes.
doctor.
Just deal with my secretary. I'll look it over later.
Oh, take good care of it. It's the only copy in the world.
I didn't memorize it, Doc.
Don't be funny. A place of sacred trust. It is the earth which the rest of us must grow.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Jaffe.
Thank you. If you don't mind, we're very busy. Now, please go. Flush that thing down the toilet. Oh, did you get that telegram from Max Jacobs?
Well, I sure did.
What did it say?
He wants you to direct a new play for him, and he said he'd give you 10%.
Give me? That man is in an opium stupor. He takes drugs. I never told you that. He's a drug addict. Tell me what I want. 2 Max Jacobs, demand upon. Sir, I have it on good authority that you carry more diseases on your body than are known to exist on the Asian continent.
We will never get through.
All right, start again. Dear Max, you're the most foulest, putrid piece of trash that's ever walked this earth. And I say that, sir, with all due respect. In reply to your impudent offer, I'm offering your old job as office boy, feeling that you will need it when even after that part of the public which enjoys filth in the theater has been nauseated beyond endurance by your degenerate overheads.
Well, that'll teach him not to point.
Englewood! Now alive in Englewood, Illinois!
She's getting on.
Oh, Lily's back.
Lily going!
Lily's back.
I've tried for years to get her out of my brain, but she's in there, eating at my heart like some great rat. Oh, when I love a woman, I'm annoyed to. It never goes. It never fades. The only way I can breathe again is to get her back and make her pay for what she did to me.
Throw her arms around you the minute she sees you. She's a bigger fool than I ever thought she was.
Irishman, every once in a blue moon, you say just the right thing.
Englewood!
Let's go to the platform and watch you get on. Shh, you gotta be Indians.
Another compartment. Another lonely room. No one cares if I'm Lily Garland. All they want is more of me. More. I could be a rag doll or an animal in a circus. What do they care? Oh, God. I'm so tired.
You poor thing.
Why do I do it, George? It's not for the money. I despise money. I despise all those trappings, those baubles, those symbols of emptiness. Where's my luggage?
The policy will be right.
All of my jewelry is in there.
Lily, it's fine.
Oh, the necklace Louis Mayer gave me, the tiara.
Lily.
I put you in charge of the luggage, you blockhead. That jewelry is worth a fortune.
Lily, I have your jewelry right here. I kept it set.
Oh, George, don't ever scare me like that again. It's not the money I care about. You know that, darling. It's because I grew up poor and frightened. All alone. Like some orphan in the rain.
You're doing all right now, aren't you? Just look at that place. It's like a fancy French chapeau. By the way, I have your new contract with Paramount.
Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned that. I want it changed. I want 80,000 for the next picture. 50 is ridiculous.
But you've signed it already.
I don't care what I sign. You're not just my lover. You're my agent now, so fix it. If they say no, let them go to hell. My public wants me back on Broadway anyhow.
Oh, Broadway, that's peanuts. Forget about acting. You're a star. Look, I know it's best for my little girl.
George, when I get to New York, I'll miss you terribly.
Lily.
One last kiss before you go, my darling. I'll be dreaming of your arms holding me every night. Your little head on the pillow.
Lily, you don't have to breathe. I'm true.
What?
I'm staying.
What are you talking about?
I've decided to come with you.
George, you'll do as I tell you and get off right now.
And leave me alone with all of those men in New York, not a chance.
George, we're moving. Get out, please.
No.
Don't, just do as I tell you.
It's too late. The doors will be locked.
Jump out the window. This is fine. You words, empty gestures.
Oh, would you stop acting?
I beg your pardon.
I can always tell when you're acting. You repeat things. Empty words, empty gestures, those baubles, those symbols. Sets up kind of a rhythm.
How dare you second guess me? How dare you?
See what I mean? How dare you? How dare you?
Hello, you peculiar witch! How's the baby Barnhart?
Son of God! What the foul Corsican himself! Who let you on this train?
You know all the trouble you caused on this gondola in the last half hour? We've torn it to shreds.
Who's we?
Who cares?
Oh my God. Is Oscar on the train?
Who, the little corporal, is returned from Moscow. His dead lord still around.
Jaffe's here? Oscar Jaffe? I should have. That's why you didn't come this train, so you two could cuddle up together.
Oh, don't be an ass. I had no idea he was on the train.
Are you going to see him? Huh? Tell me the truth.
See him? Do you think I'm out of my mind? Thank God you told me. I'm not stepping foot out of this room till we get to New York. I swear to God, I swear to God. That man belittled me and tortured me for 6 years. He ran around telling everybody, where would Lily go and me without the great Oscar Jaffe? Well, I think I showed him. Right to the top of the ladder, kid, and going up. Ha! Ha! Hiya, Lily. Hiya! You too?
You coming back into the fold?
Is she what?
Coming back.
2 words. Rhymes with Schlum and Hack.
Oh, yeah? Well, so does humming Seth.
Did Jackie tell you to come in here? No. Don't fly off the handle. Confidentially, I'm not with Jackie anymore. Can we talk in front of, honest?
Oh, you could get the hell out of here. That's what you can do.
George, behave yourself and be quiet.
Oscar's broke. They're taking his theater away from him.
Really?
They've got him over a barrel with his pants down. I'm afraid he might do the Dutch act.
Kill himself.
No, point his finger at his head and click his tongue.
Is he doing that again? You know, committing suicide is an old habit of his.
Remember the night he tried to hang himself and you stayed up all night and talked about him?
Well, we all make mistakes.
Lily, this is serious. You're his last chance. If you don't come to his rescue, it's curtains for him.
Ida, I would rather drop dead where I'm standing than to ever do another play for him. Now go back and tell that fake Svengali I wouldn't wipe my feet on him until he stopped him. And I hope to God he is.
She means every single word of that. There wasn't a single double repeat in the whole speech.
Lily, you can't turn your back on him. He made you.
What?
You know it's true. You were begging for a job. He taught you how to walk and how to talk.
Get out of here! George, throw them out!
Gladly. What did you?
I thought you were a bigger woman than this, and I see I'm sadly mistaken.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Oh, why do they do this to me? What do they think I'm made of? Iron? Hammering and hammering at me wherever I go. All of them tearing at my nerves. All I want is a little peace. Oh, I'm going to have a breakdown. Oh, I'm all hot. Ooh. You can feel it coming on. I won't be good for anything, and you'll all starve. You'll all starve.
Lily, calm down. Now listen, I want the simple, honest truth about you and Jackie. Has he ever been your lover?
My lover?
Have you ever had sex with him?
I know what lover means, you idiot. George, on my mother's grave, Oscar Jaffe has never laid a finger on me.
I don't believe you.
George, why must you aggravate me?
Because I hate it when you're with other men. It makes me nuts.
I don't know what I see in you. Either you bore me to death, or you're so jealous you drive me crazy.
So in other words, you don't love me at all. Nothing but a rag doll you can drag around. A piece of paper for you to tear. flagpole for you to sit on.
Oh, my precious, forgive me. Please, forgive me. I adore you so much.
Then tell me the truth about Jack, please.
It is the truth. I've told you about all my lovers, every one of them. The Chinese acrobat who tried doing everything upside down. He nearly killed me. The little Filipino monk with the black hood and the candles. Even the Italian midget with the huge hands. The midget was hard to confess. And I could think I'm just a country wench. Oh, forgive me. Please, darling, don't look down on me.
We'll look down on you. Lily, your honesty is the only thing that's ever saved our love. Listen, this will be the last time I ever ask, I promise. Has Oscar Jaffe ever touched you as a woman?
Never. I swear to God.
Thank God. Thank God.
The first time I slept with Lily Garland was the greatest night of my life. I remember it like it was yesterday. What did she say to her? Tell me everything.
Oh, you know her. She screamed like a fishwife.
Good. You didn't make her feel necessary, did you?
Not to worry.
Now, for my next surprise, I'm going to sweep her off her feet.
Oh, my darling. My darling.
You're so beautiful. So gentle.
Who is that? Who is it?
Oh, that's her agent. I think he's negotiated.
You know what, Lincoln? That trollop! That baggage! Bouncing around with young boys after what she had! I always knew she'd head for the gutter. Don't give me that! You want her back? I want her back this instant!
Oh my God. I will not believe it.
What?
The fellow has been putting up all these things. It's Mr. Clark, the little guy in room D. This telegram's from his nephew. It says that Clark escaped out of some asylum. He's a religious nut and does this all the time. Used to be president of some big company. We'll pick him up in Toledo, except no checks.
I just saw him heading out toward the dining car.
Come on, we'll take him into custody.
Here he comes, he's coming this way.
Keep cool, Mr. Clark. He could be dangerous.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Is it his name Matthew Clark?
Oh, yes, sir.
No, it's any problem! Oh, it isn't, huh? Well, then what's the idea of putting up all these things?
Oh, dear, I'm so ashamed of
Oh,
myself.
you nearly caused a panic among the passengers. The time is at an end.
We were worried about wreck.
Oh, no, that's awful.
Why do you do it?
Well, you see, I feel so strongly about the spiritual aspect of our lives, and I get this urge to save people. Sometimes it's overwhelming.
Well, how do you feel now?
I'm perfectly normal now, I swear.
We received this wire from your nephew. He says you escaped out of some asylum.
A sanitarian, sir. Was arrest, and it was very wrong of me. But you see, there's a convention in New York for the pharmaceutical people. That's my line. Laxo fruit tablets, they keep you moving.
They sure do.
I'm the president of the company. Please let me pay for what I've done.
We don't want your money, sir. I am sorry you have this problem.
Thank you very much. You can trust me. It's over now. Here is the rest of the stickers.
Oh, thank you. Now, why don't you go back to room, Mr. Clark? We'll see that you're taken care of.
Thank you, sir. You are good people. I only wish I could feed you on loaves and fishes. Good, doctor.
All right, take out your pencil, Ida. We're going to draw up a contract between Oscar Jaffe and Lily Garland. Now, incidentally, I want you to know I took you back on the account of your aging mother.
She's dead.
Your father, then. There's no need to make me innocent, son.
Thank you, Oscar.
All right, draw up the contract in legal form. We'll get her a car to go to and from the theater, catering in on matinee days.
You know, Oscar, at the risk of losing my job again, this is getting us nowhere. What we need is a
of Sagittarius. That's the archer. That means I find things. Now draw up that contract.
Come in.
Excuse me, please. Maestro? Maestro, it's you! I recognize you from the pictures. You are genius! You are most like Stephen, my friend! I can kneel at your feet.
Let him stay. I told him I know one. What is it you wish, my son?
Oh, Maestro, this is great honor. My friends in back of train will be so jealous. But maybe you've heard of us sometime, yeah? On their stage?
Not actors.
Yeah, actors. They are belonging to the Passion Play in Germany.
Oh my God! Of course, it's the Oberammergau players. I should have recognized you. They're an institution, are they? The purest branch of theater in the world. They've been putting on the Passion Play for hundreds of years.
Yeah!
These people are the only true actors we have left, not like our cheap Broadway hams. They are consecrated to their art from infancy. For hundreds of years, they've made the name of Oberammergau famous. It must have started
In 1676.
What part do you play, sir?
I am der Christus.
Sir, I am honored. Wait!
What?
Oscar!
No, I've got an idea. No, an inspiration. Sit down, sir. Sit down. At the 11th hour, with my back against the wall. It's great. Lily Golden as the Magdalene, the Passion Play. My God, it's perfect. Finally, I've got something worthy of me. Sign him up. Sign him up immediately. Wait. Is the whole troop on board?
Oh yeah, we got the
Sign him up now. Sign them all. Sign.
Oscar, could I see you alone for just a
Now,
minute?
what are you doing?
Just for a minute. Excuse me, sir.
I can stop it. Are you crazy?
Never mind, he was crazy.
I did this man is an artist. You apologize immediately.
You can't sign him up. I won't let you.
I did. Apologize now.
Oscar, you may not think so, but I am much more than your business agent. I'm your best friend on the earth, and this is crazy. You're gonna lose everything. Oscar, please.
She gets emotional. You'll have to forgive her.
I'm not gonna let you get all mixed up in this phony art again.
You know what your trouble is, Ida? You don't know what's happened to the public theater in the last few years. Well, I'll tell you. I've had my ear to the ground, like an Indian. People are tired of the same old humdrum pedestrians' lives being played out in boring little rooms. Either it's constipated English people sipping gin and tonic through their evergreens, or it's a bunch of hillbilly farmers crying to each other about their stinking crops, or it's little alcoholic Irish people getting in the fights and being adorable. But I want to give them something colossal, something new and magnificent, something that this country's never seen before, and I can see it now. In the lights over Times Square. Over Ammergau on Broadway! Brilliant! Now let's go do it!
I got you staying in your room.
I'm the conductor, quite all right. You see, I've been in my room studying the Bible, but the print is too small on this light, so I thought I'd see if you had a magazine.
Yes, sir. Here, sir. Now, why don't you take it back to your room, huh?
Thank you, sir. I'll just sit here if you don't mind.
Well, I guess. If you start feeling funny.
I will. Thank you.
Brother, how could you demean yourself and even talk to the man?
He's a famous producer. Well, it's a chance in a million. Well, look who's coming. Hi, how are you?
Well, even in Shakespeare himself. Poor Daddy Hathaway.
Tell me, has Mr. Jeffrey read my book yet?
Oh, I think he has. Now, was to mention it.
Really? Now, what does he think? Does he like it?
Well, he hasn't told me yet. But I know he's always wanted to produce 2 plays in a row about Joan of Arc.
I feel so close. Listen, do me a favor. I know this may sound a bit unorthodox, but tell him if he produces a play on Broadway, I'll throw in free surgery for the whole cast. That'd be fun.
Well, now, that could just make all the difference.
Oh, Nina, I feel so inspired. I'm going to write a whole new play tonight about theater people like Mr. O'Malley here and Mr. Jaffe, generous, big-hearted troopers to give people like you a chance.
And what happens after the dream sequence? I have a message for you from the Earthshaker himself. He wants you to find him a Bible.
The Bible? Where am I supposed to find the Bible on this big jalopy?
I have no idea, but he said it was life and death.
Life and death. He'd say that about a ham sandwich if he was hungry. I'll do some looking.
Good magazine.
Yes, it is.
I'm one of the biggest advertisers.
No kidding.
Of course, I prefer the newspapers if I could reconcile my conscience to Sunday advertising.
What's your line?
Household remedies and pharmaceuticals. Laxo fruit tablets. They keep you moving. I'm heard of them.
Isn't that interesting? I don't suppose pharmaceuticals were hit too hard by the Depression, were they?
Oh, no. We've been sailing right along. In fact, profits have doubled.
No kidding.
My company's so blessed with cash at the moment that I'm looking for something to invest in. Do you have any ideas?
Have you ever thought about investing in the theater?
The theater?
Oh, yes. Nobody ever loses money in theater.
There ain't the Bible this side of Buffalo.
I will keep looking. I need to plunder a copy for extra scenes. However, we can't delay. The troops are lining up in full water.
Well, what's the program, Napoleon?
Step one, eliminate the lower. Here, tie this in the back.
How'd you hurt your way?
I didn't! It's a little strategy in case that young ruffian in there turns violent. I never heard of it. How do I look?
Wounded.
Go crush her heart.
I've always wanted a real house with a garden, some cookie jar, and a roof.
Oh, God, it's you!
Jeff! Hello, Lily. I heard you were on the train, so I thought I'd stop in and say hello.
Oscar, please go. I have nothing to say to you.
Well, may I at least meet your friend? How young he looks. Are you adopting him?
George, this is Oscar Jaffe, worm extraordinaire.
I wouldn't snicker, by the way. She'll be calling you names in no time.
Listen, Jaffe, I warn you. You leave this garden alone, I mean.
No violence, George.
Oh, no! Good, come on, break the oath!
Oh, God! I see why you like him. He's rather prehistoric, like one of those huge green dinosaurs with very small hands.
Oh, you take
Oh,
that!
God! Oh, stop!
That would really finish me, a public fight. You'd like nothing better than flashing our names on the front pages.
Oh, let him throw me off. I welcome it. It would be our final irony.
Good, then get out, because you have no rights.
No rights. No rights.
Oscar, shut up and leave.
No. I must explain myself to this young man. You see, George, Lily and I were lovers once. It was, I confess, one of the greatest romances of all time. George, you should have seen her in bed.
Oh, my
She
God.
was magnificent. Invincible.
Oh, I don't want to hear it.
As though she was trained in a circus.
You could never stand to see anything sweet and decent in my life. You had to come in here and blab.
Blab? Is that what you call it? I'm proud of every hour we spent together.
You were lying to me. Right to my face. With every breath.
Don't start hammering at me. Hammering it. Oh my God.
Go to her. Comfort her. This is your privilege.
I tried to save you the pain. Yes, I lied. But only to save you.
That's from Sappho.
Yeah.
Lily, how
How could you?
Darling, I hate him. He means nothing to me. The dirt under my feet. Oh, George, darling, look at me.
Oh, what an exit! That's the exit we needed in Gypsy Heart. The second act.
Go and crawl back under your stone or wherever you came from. There's nothing left for me to do but kill myself. Nothing left at all.
Well, I wouldn't do that just yet. I've got a wonderful surprise for you. Now, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Stay right there. Oh, I just played a scene that Puccini might have written for La Boy. Now, where's I? What I got Louis in the perfect mood, and now's the time to strike. Oh, come on!
Are you still in love with him?
I hate him and I hate you. I despise all men.
Were you really lovers?
Of course we were, you idiot. I starred in 8 of his productions. We shared a house together. What do you think we did at night? Play mahjong?
Then why did you lie? Swearing on your love. What a fake you are.
I'm a fake. Me! You've been catting around Hollywood since the day you arrived. But you're a man and I'm a woman. So I'm supposed to be chaste and pure. Do you want to know something? I never told you the truth of my life. I lied about all of them.
There was no midget?
There were 2 midgets. And the acrobat had a horse.
Oh my God! You wanted my respect.
So who cares about your respect? I'm too big to be respected. The men I've known have understood that.
Men you've known. Like Jackie, you mean?
Yes, Jackie. He'll tell you what I am. A first-class passenger entitled to privileges.
Oh, you're an artist.
You're goddamn right I am.
You know, you're no woman at all. You're like some pet monkey full of tricks and fancies.
Oh, shut up, George. You bore me to death.
Look, I came in here to forgive you. To give you another chance. But I'll see you damned before I ever speak to you again.
My last 2 words to you are, I hate you, I despise you. Now get out of my life. I throw you away. Oh, God. I'm so sick of myself.
I don't want to wait for that. I need that contract. I don't know where else to look. She must be hiding in some compartment. Well, go look again. Start at the engine and work your way back. And did you find that Bible yet? No, not yet. I will find that too. Now get going. Yes, sir. Go, get out.
What do you want, Scorpion?
Makes you feel better to call me names. Go right ahead.
Oscar, you're the most horrible excuse for a human being that ever walked on 2 legs.
Is this about your friend George? Because if he had been a real man, he would have taken you in his arms. It was a chance to show his true love, and what did he do? He walked out with the clenched look of a Puritan with diarrhea.
Your philosophy of love doesn't interest me, Mr. Jaffe.
I'm an Oriental, Lily. My love for you blinded me. That was always the trouble between us as producer and artist.
Oh, that's what it was it? How about your name in electric lights bigger than everybody else's? Your grand illusions if you were Shakespeare, Cardinal Richelieu, and the Grand Lama of Tibet all rolled into one.
You're right.
I am?
We do change as we get older. I can cut myself for losing you. That last argument we had about percentages. How cheap and small I feel.
Remember those quotes you gave the papers when I threatened to leave? Miss Garland is progressing nicely. Of course, I taught her everything she knows. It was like training an old Cocker Spaniel who thinks very slowly.
Yeah, that was despicable.
I knew it!
And I knew you. And I can't believe I let you get away.
having it together.
We had so much going for us. Looks, money, fame. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe if we lived on a farm somewhere and grew potatoes, we would have been all right.
I could have worn a polka dot dress and slapped the hogs.
That's slop hogs.
I could have scrubbed the South 40 and milked the steers.
I never married much of a country girl, would I?
I should have tried it, though. We might not have argued as much.
Never really argued.
Oh, please. Do you remember that time I played head of gambler? I took an axe off the wall and tried to attack you in the wings. Then I chased you down 45th Street.
Well, that time I broke your finger.
That was an accident.
No, it wasn't.
You have the picture I was holding the nail. The hammer slipped.
It was deliberate. I was mad at you for the night before.
What happened the night before?
We were at the Roosevelt party and you wouldn't dance with me.
Because you slept with that woman when you thought I wasn't looking. What was her name? Teddy's cousin. Eleanor.
I wonder what happened.
We don't know a thing about love, do we? Unless it's written and rehearsed. We're only real between the curtains.
I could cut my throat for losing you.
If you did, grease paint would run out of it.
I did. 1,000 times. When I saw that movie of yours,
Did you like it?
I wanted to vomit. All that talent is wasted.
Well, you'll be interested to know that it's a great success. The critics say I was marvelous and it's superb. Here, if you don't believe me, look.
What's this?
It's an Academy Award. They're thinking of calling it the Oscar.
God forbid.
Read what it says.
The Academy of Motion Picture Art and Science. Best Actress. God, it's pathetic. Don't fall for this sort of thing, Lily. You're better than this. And the direction of that movie, it was despicable. And the lighting. Don't you remember how I always brought the lights up on you every time you walked on stage? You became radiant. People left the theater feeling spiritual.
Listen, Oscar. If all this adagio is preliminary to a contract offer, you can save your breath.
Shame on you, Lily. I've come here with no contract.
Oscar, you would do anything to get my name on a contract, and you know it. But I can't blame you. I do sell a lot of tickets.
The statue must have done this to you. I come here with no contract. I'm not Max Jacobs. I came here with a dream. A dream we both had long ago. The climax to your great career. The great courtesan role. The last golden stare.
Oh my God. So that's what the big news is? Another role where I make the great sacrifice. Offer my broken body to the villain for my brother's life?
You didn't do so bad with Anna Christie or Roxanne or Cleopatra. And now I'm talking about the greatest character of all time. Just her memory has kept the world weeping for centuries. The Magdalene! Mary Magdalene! The wanton prostitute saved by Jesus Christ. The fallen woman who he must rescue from a life of filth, who must then witness his heartbreaking crucifixions at the hands of their enemies.
Who wrote it?
God wrote it!
Who wrote the play?
No one knows. It's done. It's been done for centuries in the little town of Oberammergau. You see, I'm going to put the Passion Play on in New York. I've had it up my sleeve for years now, waiting for the right moment. The wickedest woman of her age. Sensual, heartless, and beautiful. Corrupt in everything she touches. Running the gamut from gutter to glory. Can you see her, Lily? Can you see the little wanton ending up in tears at the foot of the cross? Wait, I got an idea. I'll have Judas strangle himself with her hair. Brilliant. folds of silk framing her forehead. And then after being heartbroken by the one she loves, she goes down into the depths. I'm gonna make it the greatest production I've ever produced. I brought over an entire troop from Europe. I flew to Nuremberg to fight. Lily, I've run the figures. If the play runs for 5 years, I won't make a cent. You can have all the money. I only want to stagger New York. I want a desert scene with real camels and sand from the Holy Land. And I'll have a banquet that you can give to your lover in the second act. Pontius Pilate, governor of Judea. And you have all your slaves around you. And you're covered in emeralds from head to toe without a stitch of clothing underneath. Pontius, why do you stare at me? Have you not seen my gems before? Skin is like porcelain, almost transparent in its whiteness. Think of the Michelangelo and the Pieta. Pontius begs you to marry him, and you laugh in his face, despising all the men and what they did to you. Your cruel, terrible laughter rings through the palace and makes his blood run cold. My blood is cold. But that's nothing compared to the finish. You stand in rags in the anteroom, and the emperor, Nero himself, offers you half of his empire. And you answer him with a speech that may be the greatest piece of literature ever written, with the sun pouring down on you, transfigured in love and sacrifice. Never, you cry! Never will I betray the love and trust of he who loves and trusts us all. Nero cringes, and you push him away. Ah! And the last we see you, as the curtain falls, is this pathetic little figure selling olives in the marketplace. Olives, olives, please for a drachma, olives. What?
Oscar, you are a pure case of leaping insanity. You must have been dropped on your head as a child. Coming in here with real camos and sand from the Holy Land. You're a scream. You're going to put on the passion play? You're having $100 to your name.
I can raise every penny.
Yes, and I know just how you intend to raise it. Get my name on a contract and go out and peddle it. Well, no thank you. I'm through being your meal ticket.
Feel free to call up any one of my banks in the morning.
Your banks? Do you mean the ones that are taking your theater away from you?
That's a lie. You've been listening to my enemies.
I've been listening to Miss Ida Webb, your loyal business manager, who came in here with some sob story about you committing suicide and that I took pity on you.
She didn't. She wouldn't.
She told me everything.
She's
She
lying.
said you don't have a dime, you're broke, busted.
She's lying. I fired her for stealing. It's true. She has a Swiss bank account under the name of Ed von Stroheim.
I've had enough of your lies.
Lily, I'm offering you a chance to become immortal.
Thank you. But I've decided to stay mortal with a real producer.
Who?
He sent the contract this morning.
Who is it?
Max Jacobs. Does that ring a bell? Read the papers tomorrow morning.
You can't side with him. He's a sex maniac. It's true. I caught him in the men's room with my secretary and a small dog. He's illiterate. He can't even sign his own name.
Well, he signs it all right on checks. Great big checks, too.
So that's how you want it. Money, huh? Just another greedy hand. If I was to jingle a few miserable dollars in front of you, your mouth would start swelling up and you'd start squealing, gimme, gimme, gimme.
That's right, Oscar. Now get out of here before I have the porter throw you off the train.
We'll see who gets thrown off. Traveling with a chicken.
You swindling.
Stop! Stop that, you cheap! Stop! You cheap little sucker! I made you. I taught you everything.
Liar!
You walk.
Liar!
You're tough.
Liar!
Even your name. I gave you that. And if there is a God in heaven, so help me, you will know where you belong. It's a burlesque house. Miss Mildred Blacker. Where's Ida? Where's that train whip? I'm gonna strangle her with my bare hands. Where is she?
Guess what, Oscar?
Gertrude, you matter hard. I'm gonna kill you.
Oscar, just listen to me. You won't believe who I have out there in the hall. It's Matthew Clark, the patent medicine king. I talked him into financing the passion play from a religious angle. We could write our own ticket. He's got millions.
Bring it.
Matthew Clark, Mr. Oscar Jeffrey.
How do you do, sir? It's a pleasure to meet you.
Miss Webb has told me all about you. It is so unusual to find a man of your profession so interested in religion. What is your denomination, Mr. Jaffe?
My denomination.
What?
My denomination, sir, I am proud to say I am